Okay, so without further ado, let me introduce you to the Family Tree Builder, which is the free software that MyHeritage has for you to download and to use together with the website, with the MyHeritage website, in order to keep track and record and share your family history information. My name is Daniel Horowitz, as it was mentioned already. I'm the genealogy expert at MyHeritage, and besides contacting societies, bloggers, and media, part of my duties are to give lectures in conferences or webinars in this case, which I do very happily since 2006. Before that, I was the history teacher and study guide of a project called Searching for My Roots back in Venezuela. And before that, I was just a kid interested in genealogy. So I really started genealogy even without the internet and without the websites with softwares. That is actually why I still use till today and love so much the Family Tree Builder. Let me tell you just a couple of words about MyHeritage itself. It started in 2005. Today, looking forward to connect your past, your present, and your future. We work hard to bring you the things, the technology, and the information that you need to discover what makes you who you are. Those things and those technologies include 50 million family trees that are already in our database. Those are 4 billion profiles and are managed by 110 million users from all over the world. And all those are very important details in the upcoming information that I'm going to share with you. We also reach 12 billion historical records from all over the world in multiple languages. You can find your family right there for you. We also have 4 million DNA kits. This is the new side of MyHeritage. We're using DNA not only to give you ethnicity regions, not only to give you matches with other people, but also health reports for you to improve your health. And all this supported in 42 languages. So if somebody will ask me, like, what is one of the strength of MyHeritage? Definitely the global that MyHeritage is, not only on the amount of records or the type of records that we have from all over the world, but having users really from all over the world in 42 languages working together. It's definitely one of our strengths. People say we have superior technology. I will leave that to you to judge. I will do my best to demonstrate that and show why this is superior technology. I'm also a computer engineer by formation, so I know that all those people are totally right. We try to be as friendly and approachable as we can, and if we're not doing a good work, please let us know. We love to hear your feedbacks and your comments and improve thanks to you. And finally, we have some exclusive databases, mostly from Europe. The fact that our headquarters are in Israel gives us 1 foot in the ground, very close to all these countries, and we are working with archives and other repositories to bring those records to you. Now, the Family Tree Builder, as I said before, is totally free. You can find it on myheritage.com/FTB for Family Tree Builder, and you can use it even without an account on MyHeritage. It's recommended, of course, to have an account, and you can have a free account with no problem, but you can also have a premium account and enjoy some of the premium features that the software offers. The software is available in 40 languages. Probably for you, English is more than enough, but again, knowing that there are a lot of people out there doing their genealogy in other languages is important for us to be supportive. So I'm not going to go over the download and the installing of the software. It's pretty much straightforward, following the instructions and just clicking next, 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 next. One of the things that I do have to tell you is that after you install the software, the program has the capabilities to scan your hard drive in search for other files, genealogical files, that you can use and upload to MyHeritage. That is either GEDCOMs or other software's files that we will understand, and we will be able to upload and give you access and use through the software. Basically, what I'm pointing out to you right now is the menu that you have it divided into two. We have a more handly menu with icons where you can navigate back and forth to your tree, to photos, records, and all kind of places that I'm going to show you in a minute. Or you have the usual and probably mostly for Windows, but yes, Family Tree Builder also runs on Mac. You will be used to the file, edit, view, charts, reports, and the more textual menu over there. What you are also seeing in your screen is that the software is inviting you to create a family. So whenever you go and click in that link, we will display a page or a form with the basic information of the family. And my recommendation is, if you are starting from scratch, definitely start from your own point of view, meaning you should be either the husband or the wife and take it from there. If you have a GEDCOM, and a GEDCOM is the standard format to move family trees from one place to the other, yes, you can upload a GEDCOM to the software and skip all this part with no problem. Now, one of the advantages of using the software is that it's very easy to add an unrelated person. Why you want to do that? Well, because sometimes you may find somebody that you know it's a family member, but you're not sure how this person is related, and you're still researching for that. So you can add an unrelated person and have all the information of the person right there, and later on you can attach or connect this person to the main tree. Now, while you are adding also people here, and this is like the very basic information, and if you check that the person is deceased, you will see here information about the death. But if you want to go more in deep, you can click on more details, and then you can add more information about this person specifically. After you have worked a little bit on your software, this is how the family tree is going to be presented to you. On the left side, you are going to have a list of everybody that you have to add to your tree. You can use this also to find people. You see on the upper part of that panel, it says first name and last name. Right there, you can start typing the names, and you will be able to find those individuals in there. The panel can expand, and you can see a little bit more of information like birth, death, date, and place. And that will be very useful when you have two or three people with the same first name and last names. Yes, we all have those. And in order to know exactly who the person is. Also, when you put the mouse over the name, you will be seeing a pop-up with the picture and a little bit more of information. So you can double click the name and the person will appear right in the main panel. This is the main panel. Here you're going to see the cards with the basic information of the people. You can see on the top that you can add more individuals, you can search, and you can change the styles. This is the very default one that MyHeritage offers you. You can also zoom in generations. You can see less or more generations on the screen. You can add more people also from here. You see add father or mother right over Jacqueline Lee Kennedy Onassis Bouvier right there. So we have that kind of incentivizer for you to grow the tree, and the main card of the person will hold a lot of the information, as you can read about both John and Jacqueline Kennedy. We're going to go over those symbols and all those parts and information in more details in the next screens. Now, if you click or double click on any of those cards, you're going to pop up the details form. And this window has a series of tabs going from the main or basic information to the contact, citations, notes, biographies, and then all the facts that you have for this person. And from here, you can actually also add more information. Now, I would like to bring your attention to this bulb or this light here on the line of the place, because the MyHeritage software is going to suggest you whenever the place is not written in the best way, let's say like that, we're going to suggest you an improvement of that based on current maps and current location of places. Okay, moving forward, you will see that some people have an image, a personal image, what is considered personal image. Some people have a silhouette, are missing those images, and this is probably one of the first tasks that you should do on Family Tree Builder. The idea is to be able to recognize and to see people's faces. You will also see that the cards in the middle, like the focus of the tree, has a button that says photos, and when you click there you will be able to see the images that are associated with this individual. Now in this case, I would like to add a photo for a person. So very easy, very straightforward. You browse your computer looking for that specific image that you want, and you simply upload it and assign it automatically to the person. This is how the photo section looks. You see that you still have the same left panel with the names, and the idea is that when you click on those names, you will be able to find the photos for that person. But if you notice now on the top part of the left panel, now you have albums. Those are kind of virtual albums that you can create to organize better your images, and I strongly suggest you that you keep your photos organized in those albums. My own examples, I have albums for different events in the family, for different branches of the family, or even I have an album for documents or an album for tombstones and cemeteries. So that is just a tip on how to manage the photos. On the photo section, of course, you can also search for pictures that have a particular title or that are related to an individual on the tree, or you can import more photos, and you can also tag a photo either or an image, if it's a photo or a document, and there is, yes, a lot of significance to that. The other thing you will notice is those squares around the faces of the people. This is because the software has a face detection technology, meaning that we will recognize that there is a face in the image, and we will allow you to tag an individual to that face. The idea is that when you open the image, for example, let's take this one as an example. Here you will be able to see and type the information about the photo, when it was taken, where it was taken, any notes that you want to do. What you're seeing right now is the association, and this is quite an important one. I will go back in a second, but you also have notes. You also have, probably very unique in the industry, a reverse side, and reverse of images or other pages in documents are very important. So this is how you keep them all together. And in the option tab is where you said if this is a picture of a document, if you want MyHeritage to recognize the faces or not. Let's go back to the association, which again is what we are looking right now in the screen. You see that it's associated with John Kennedy, and you can see the red rectangle on his face. This red means that this is the person, but this is not the main picture of the person. Of course, that I can remove that, or I can make this the main picture, but I can also associate the image with other people just by clicking and dragging the names from the left panel. The other thing in the association is that you can associate these photos with events in the history of the person. Like if you have, for example, John Kennedy as a president, so this image will be a source, a document that he actually was the president of the United States, because this was taken in the Oval Office. So I can attach this to that event that happened on a particular time. If this will be a document, I will be able to attach it either to a source and have it as the image of the source, or to the different events of the person or the family that this image or document is relating to. So that is also a very good feature that MyHeritage offers you. Now, I already talked about languages, and yes, all of you may be with more than enough than English, and that's fine, but MyHeritage gives you, as I said before, not only 40 languages to choose from in order to manage the software, but also, and by the way, you have an English US and an English UK, if that will be the flavor that you would like. But also MyHeritage allows you, Family Tree Builder allows you to have a tree in dual language. In my very personal case, I have my tree both in English and Hebrew. So everything is translated and everything I copied both in English and Hebrew, each one in its own language, and the website also recognize that. So when somebody navigates the website, it will see the language according to the country or language preference over there. Here you have the same previous screen from the John Kennedy basic details, and you can see how this is divided in two. On the left side is everything in English, in the right side is in Russian in this case, and in the middle you have some arrows that will facilitate you the translation if you have done it already in another record. Okay, let's go over the menus, and I'm going to start probably with the most interested one, which is the tool menus. Here you're not only going to go over the languages, but also other features that MyHeritage offers you, like the advanced privacy settings. Many times people approach me after a divorce and say, I don't want my spouse in the family tree anymore. Can you please take it out? Well, I could, but it's my tree. And if the person had kids, those kids both have a father and a mother, or for whatever any other reason, I just don't want to take that person specifically from the tree. So from here, I can actually privatize that individual, and that individual will not be shown on the website if I decided to synchronize my software with the website. I can also make specific events, either in the family or in a person, or an event in general. For example, social security numbers or IDs are by default are privatized. But also, for example, if I want miscarriage recorded but not published on the website, from here I can decide exactly how I want privatized my tree. Another feature that it's very useful is officially called check for deceased people. I like to call it I see dead people, because sometimes you may not realize that you have the birth or you have somebody that it's actually more than 120 years old and it's still marked as alive because you don't know anything about the death of the person. But I can guarantee you that guy is dead no matter what. So by marking it, the person as deceased, that will first release the privatization that MyHeritage has by default over that individual, but also it will help the technology finding information, because it's not the same thing of looking for a John Francis Fitzgerald who is alive or one who is dead. Now, not only we will tell you who may be already dead, but we're going to tell you why. Because if this is the great grandfather of somebody who was born in the 1800s, again, you can believe me, this guy is very dead. Another very cool feature is to check for duplicates. This is very useful, especially when you have people named after their ancestors and you ended with 10 different individuals with the same name. Or sometimes you may have typed the wrong information, or you have duplicated your individuals because they intermarriage with some relatives that are already in the tree. Unfortunately, there is not much you can automatically do with this. I will only wish that we can have a button over there and say, you know what? Yes, those two are the same. Just merge them together and save me a lot of time. No, you actually need to go over the information of both. Make sure not only that they are really duplicate, but that you have all the information moved from one to the other, and then delete it or deal with it manually. But still a very good tool. Now, this definitely is a time saver. This is called the tree consistency checker. It's already available also on the website, but the origin of this feature was the family tree builder. What we have here is 38 different issues that your family may be suffering from. I'm not talking about health, I'm talking about your family tree problems. Like, for example, a child that was born after the death of the parents. Yeah, depending which parent, depending how far away, that could be a problem. Somebody who is alive but 150, definitely that guy is dead. If you have an inconsistency on the names, if you have two siblings with the same first names, that's definitely not common. Or two siblings with the different last name. All kind of different issues that your family tree may be suffering from. Here you can actually fix some of them, or you can go into those individuals and actually fix those as well. Surnames, or I'm sorry, prefix or suffix that went into the first name or last name, all those things that you may not have realized, somebody born after the death, all that, MyHeritage and Family Tree Builder will try to help you fix them right away. Now, let me jump to the view, because in this tab, you will find not only the navigation of the software, but also very important options. For example, you can see here all your sources. You can see here all your repositories, and you can manage them. You can see where they are used. You can see all the surnames that you have in your family tree. If you are talking with somebody, one name studies or things like that, this will be a quite useful list. But let me bring you something that I consider a lifesaver, especially to organize your research, to know what you have done and what you need to do. So you can assign different tasks. You can assign those tasks to people or to families. You can put over their places. You can decide to create by description, by location. This is what saved me the time when I'm planning a trip to the archive. And it doesn't matter if it's a trip to the local archive or I have spent a lot of money paying for plane tickets, hotels, and making a very nice trip of this. So by being organized, by having a list of tasks and to-dos, I can concentrate and I can do my research in a proper way, and I can keep track of the priorities of it and what is more urgent, what is still in progress, what I have completed, and I will be saving also time by not duplicating those tasks or those researches again, and again. Okay, now I already talked about places and about trips, and MyHeritage and Family Tree Builder has a tool that will help you with that as well, and it's a map. And it's not a regular map, it's actually a map of your family. The location with all the facts and events that happened in your family. You will see here again the light bulb that we talked before. So these are just suggestions that MyHeritage has for you. All those based on Google Maps. So we're talking about current locations, meaning that if you have a relative, for example, born in Yugoslavia or Czechoslovakia, probably you will not be able to pinpoint that in a Google map today. But if you use the current location, and my suggestion will be to use the description of the place and put the name of the country that was in that time, because border moved, that will help you keep organized. And here you can list birth, death, burials, marriages. You can list all the people. You can concentrate on a particular branch and then go and even correct the place that has a misspelled or that has another suggestion for its name. It will correct it automatically all over your family tree. So if you want to change, for example, Bronx, NY to Bronxville, New York, you can just change it here and it will change automatically all over where you had that name placed there. Okay. Yes, you can go over any pin. You can see more information, what events happened over there. You can actually edit the place. You can remove the place from the map. After all, is your tree and you can do whatever you want there. Now, reports are also very useful charts and reports. We do have a few of them. We actually have one very unique, which is a report that you can export into Excel, and then you can manage the information over there, and you can list the people and print it over there as you like. But we also have what we call the book report, and you will see information of everybody in the family with the images, with the details, names, places, the story. You will also see, I'm sorry, some family trees, pieces of the family trees interlaced on the report. Very, very useful. And if we are already talking about reports, what about charts? Well, we have a wide variety of charts that you can build and create and customize as you wish, totally free. And you can download those in PDF form, and you can print it at home or with a professional printer without any problem. MyHeritage offers you, as you see over there, my poster orders. We are working with a professional third party that will print and ship that chart, no matter how big it is, to any place. We do have an all-in-one chart, as you can see over there. I will definitely suggest you not to use that option if your family tree is quite big, probably over 500 or 1,000 individuals is not recommended because the file is going to be huge. We're going to put everybody and all the ways that the person is related one to the other. So beware with that. We will let you choose, and we will give you a preview on how that chart is going to look, either if it's an ascendance, a descendants, fan chart, close family, vertical, horizontal, hourglass, bow tie. We even have a very unique one, which I don't have here the sample, but it's called the sun chart. It's actually a descendant chart, but in a circular way, and it's the only way currently in the market to put the most amount of descendants from an ancestor in one view. It's really quite amazing. Hopefully you will be able to do charts as beautiful as this. As you can see on the top, you can always use options. You can change styles. You can change the titles. You can change the information that we're taking from the tree. You can save it. You can print it. You can also send it to other people in the family without any problem. Okay, I talked a lot and I mentioned it a lot about the website, and the family tree syncs with your own and private website on MyHeritage, and there are benefits from doing that. The first benefit, of course, will be to have a backup of your tree just in case, God forbidden, but we all know things happen to to any computer in the world. So by having a backup and a publication of the tree in the cloud, that will give you a little bit of peace of mind. Also, the whole idea of being able to publish your tree on the website is to share it with other people, because you don't want to give access people to your computer. So you publish it on the internet, you put it on the cloud, you invite family members, and they can either view, or you can decide if they can also add or modify the information there. And every time that you open or close the software, or you click the sync button, you will be syncing with your website. Another benefit of syncing is that MyHeritage has also a free app that will allow you to take your family tree with you any place you go, either in your mobile phone or your tablet. So the website is kind of the middleman between the software and the phone. And it will synchronize also cross-platform. So everything you do in one, it will appear in the other after the synchronization. Another benefit of synchronizing is the matches, both the smart matches and the record matches. So let me explain you what are those if you are not familiar with. Smart matches are people, individuals that are in your tree that appears also in somebody else's tree. And MyHeritage will find all those matches for you, and it will tell you how exact or how confident are those matches, and you will be able to go into each of those individuals and see all the matches that you have with that person, and you will also see who is the admin, who is the person researching your same individuals and what information they have about them. We are going to even show you a side-by-side comparison between your tree and the other person's tree. And probably the most important thing is that you will be able to merge or extract information from the other tree into yours and contact the other person as well and ask him why you have information about my great-grandfather that I am missing. Something is not right here. Well, you may have found a relative that you never heard about it. The other kind of matches that we have are record matches, and you can see them either under the family site menu or in the main card of every person. And those are matches that instead of comparing it with family trees, we do that with the 12 billion records that we have in our database. So you will be able to see those collections, you will be able to see those records if you have a data plan or a complete account with MyHeritage, a paying subscription with MyHeritage, and extract the information from the record directly to your tree with just one click. By the way, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it before, also to accept the match, the smart match with other individuals or with other family trees, and to contact the other administrator, those are premium paid features as well. Now let me keep going under the family side and the benefits of what you get. You get a dedicated page, a profile page for every individual in your tree. From here, you can also invite them if the person is leaving and you will wish to do so, but also you can edit the information and you can see their events, you can manage the DNA, you can see everything related to that person as well. The other thing that you can see here is upcoming events. This is a beautiful feature because from here you can actually print this calendar and use it in your regular desk. And this is based on your family tree, so all the birth and anniversaries are going to be reflected over there. And you and any other individual that you have invited to the site is going to receive an email for an alert of events that are happening in the next 30 days before the event. So gentlemen, no more excuses. You will have warnings, plenty of time to buy both chocolates and flowers in the proper days. Now, you will also get very nice statistics about your website. not only, or about your tree, not only the overview of gender, living, disease, or the relationship or the names in your tree, but also where people were living, died, or marrying, the different ages of the people, the marrying status, the amount of children, all kind of very interesting, foremost, information about your family tree. Then something also very unique from MyHeritage and from Family Tree Builder, but definitely very useful, is the option to mark people as favorites. If you're researching specific branches and you don't want to just jump back and forth from one to the other, you can simply have them add to this favorite list, and at any point in time you can just go and you can click those names and you can find those individuals in your tree quite fast and almost without any problem. And back to the view page, because I wanted to show you that you have an option not only on the map, but here, and I use this very much when I am interested in a particular place, not only for consistency, but because I'm traveling there. You will be able to see a list of all the places that you have and the places where those locations are actually used, and you can edit it and you can change. Actually, very important, if you want to change here also a spelling of a place, it will change it in all the places where you are using it. And talking about changes, sometimes you misspelled a last name, a place, a name, or any other feature, and it will be really a pain to go over all your tree searching for those mistakes and correcting them. So Family Tree Builder allows you to perform a search, but not only a search and replace. So whatever you decide and wherever you would like to look into the tree, you will be able to replace it with something different or a correction in one click, and everything will be done. So I hope that this gave you not a basic but a very detailed overview of what the Family Tree Builder can do. There are more advanced features. I didn't speak about source citations and how you can actually add those into your tree and how you should use those into your genealogy. But I would like to invite you all to download Family Tree Builder, start using it, and share with other people your tree through the website. A few announcements that I would like to bring you, especially because we're still on time. MyHeritage has opened all the US yearbook collection for free, but not only regular collection, but we have applied the in-color technology to all those images, so you are going to actually find your relatives and yourself maybe all in color in those old yearbooks. So go to myheritage.com/yearbook and you will be able to view for free all those records. I would like also to invite you to the Ask the Experts, which we are having every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And actually, we already had one today, but you're more than welcome to go to that URL. I actually put the URL on the chat, so you don't need to memorize it or copy it. And those are the subjects coming up in May. The Ask the Expert is actually a 25-30 minute guide through the features specifically, and then people ask questions. You can write your questions over there, and I do my best to answer all of them promptly. Also, if you want to learn more about MyHeritage, I will suggest you to go to education.myheritage.com, which is the knowledge base where you will find some of the Ask the Experts previews that we have done recorded over there. Also, webinars similar to this one are available there, or how-to videos and downloadable resources that you can use to advance your knowledge on MyHeritage. And you're more than welcome to follow me, like me, or whatever any of the social networks will request. I will be thrilled to be in contact with you. Mostly I post about things on MyHeritage releases, and we do have a couple coming up next week, so you should keep your eyes and ears wide open. So feel free to take note of those and just look for me there. So wait, oh, okay. With no more from my side, I would like to thank you all for being here today. I really hope you have enjoyed and you have learned a little bit more, at least, about Family Tree Builder, or everything about Family Tree Builder if you haven't heard or experienced it before. I would like, yes, to mention and remind you I would like to, yes, to mention and remind you that we have other webinars like this set up for the society, for the group. I will be sending you an email with the details and the URLs to register to those webinars as well. So if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer. You just need to type them in the question box right in the panel. And as I said, I placed some of the URLs in the chat. You are more than welcome also to take them from there. I don't know, Barbara, if you would like to say a few words, I can open your microphone again without any problem. And I already start seeing questions coming here. Patricia is asking, does info from Ancestry goes to MyHeritage? Well, not automatically, of course, but yes, you are able to export your tree from Ancestry or from any other website or software for that matter. You should look for export GEDCOM, which is the common format to move family trees from one place to the other, and then you can import it both to MyHeritage or to the Family Tree Builder. Now, one word of caution with exporting from Ancestry or from other places is because sometimes they will offer you to privatize the GEDCOM, meaning that leaving individual information is not going to be copied into the GEDCOM. I will not suggest you to do that. You can privatize as you saw it already on the software, but also on the website. It's much better than having a GEDCOM that is half of it private, private, private. Okay. Barbara is reminding me about a unique collection that MyHeritage has from a Ship Manifest and the Ellis Island collection, which normally you can search by the name of the person that came to the country, and then you will see this, the left side of the record, which is actually the page that has that information. So what MyHeritage have done, we have stitched together the left page and the right page, and you can actually search by any name. And some people have actually discovered immigrants because they search for the person who was already in the United States, because the immigrants had to write the name of the person that they were coming to see if they had any relative in the country. So by finding those relatives already in the country, you're able to find your immigrants who you may have not know they came or they exist. Okay, Barbara, I don't see any more questions here. So I am opening your mic. So if you want to say some words.
Daniel, I want to thank you for the presentation. I've been using the software for many years, and I learned a whole bunch more today that I never knew about it. So I thank you, and I hope that everyone has enjoyed the presentation as well as I did.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I did it with more than pleasure. And yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity. And we'll see you next week, right? Okay. So goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe and keep doing genealogy.